Hey you guys, it's your girl SK and we're back with another video. I know it's been a little minute, but I had to go on a little hair intermission because your girl was starting to look raggedy, okay? So shout out to Naya the Stylist at Purpose Fingers _ on Instagram. One of the best hairstylists in New York City, okay? So if you're in the city, go check her out. Support, because, it's one thing to be a black business, but it's another thing to be a black business with great customer service and you get up feeling and looking even gooder. Now let me stop. But seriously. So, now that I said all that, hello guys. I hope you all are doing well today. We're going to get straight into the topic. So, as you probably see in the title, today's topic is a woman to woman. If you've ever been in love, then you know just how I feel. Woman to woman. If you were in my shoes, wouldn't you have done the same thing too? Now let me stop. But seriously, today's topic is about having that woman to woman talk. I feel like at some point in time, God bless you if you've never been through it, and I don't wish it on you if you haven't. But most times, at some point in time, either you've been come to as a woman, like someone has approached you as a woman about a man, or you've been the woman to do the approaching another woman about a man. And in my case, I've done both. I've had both happen. I've both been the party that's been approached, and I've been the approaching party. So, okay, this is one of those touchy subjects. It doesn't feel touchy anymore, but I'm pretty sure if there are women out there who are going through this, it can be a sensitive topic, So most of the times, and if you don't know what it is to be approached as a woman, I'll further explain. So that's basically like when another woman calls you or writes you and it's like, hey, your dude tried to slide on me. Your dude is trying to talk to me, or I've been talking to your dude, or I'm messing with your dude. You think your relationship is official, but it's not because he's over here with me, or he's trying to get with me type thing. Or you're the woman who's letting that other woman know, like, hey, I know you think. Either way it goes, it's kind of the same thing, but the perception of it is a little different. So let's get into that. So we'll start with the woman being approached. That is not a good feeling. It is actually like a heartbreaking feeling. Like, it's one thing when you go snooping and you find something, but it's another thing when you like blindsided, where it's like you thinking everything is good and you get a message from somebody or a phone call from somebody saying like, hey, this is what your man's been up to. And that's actually happened to me. And the second part was I was with child at the time, and that was like my first real betrayal. Like, it wasn't a physical cheat, but it was the fact that, I'm thinking we're building towards something great, right? And I get a message from a young lady, and the thing about it is she was very respectable. She was very respectful with her approach. She wasn't trying to come to me on no drama stuff. You know what I'm saying? She was just letting me know, like, hey, I know you see, you know, because we had each other posted on each other's pages, and it was just like, oh, we're a happy family, black love, you know. And she sent me a screenshot of what he had said to her, and was like, you know, like, drop him. That's basically what she said in a nutshell. Like, let that man go because he's playing you. And you know, I thanked her and things like that. And after that, that was it. You know, the conversation was over. And I showed him the evidence, and you know, I'm crying. I'm like, oh my gosh, how could you? Da, 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 da. And I stayed. Yes, I stayed. And let me tell you something. Whether you're the woman who's been approached, or if you're the approaching party, which I am going to talk about in a second, most women stay. Even after they find out even after they have proof of their partner's infidelity, because of love and loyalty, most women stay. Especially if it's a first offense. Even those who have been repeated offenders, some women still stay. And that's why I'm going to touch on that I'm going to touch more on that when I talk about the other party. But that's why when you're telling a woman something about her man, mind you, this is the woman that her loyalty is going to be with her man, right? Even if her man's loyalty is not entirely with her, clearly, if he's doing that. But her, like, that's who she lies next to. That's who she has envisioned this future with. That's who, 9 times out of 10, he's already in her head. You know what I'm saying? He already knows how to wheel it back. So even though she's hurt, she's upset, she feels betrayed, most of the time, if she feels like the foundation is kind of solid, she's gonna stay. And yeah, so let's talk about being the approaching party. Now, I've also been the person who has wrote a woman, it was about the same damn man, which but I've also been a woman to approach the other, you know, woman, and was like, you know, like, what's going on? You know, that's my man. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? What's happening? Or even so, okay, being the other party where even if they're in the relationship, well, I've never really stepped in on anyone. Okay, the situation that I was in was a little, like, it was messy. I ain't even gonna hold you, but I never knew, like, a guy had a girlfriend and then just still messed with him. You know what I'm saying? So, however it happens, it's wrong, you know. But I was the one that, you know, I would, like, tell the girl and send screenshots and things like that, like, hey, this is what your ninja is up to, this is what, you know, he's doing and stuff like that. But I am going to be a thou wow with you. Although I was honest in everything I was saying, my intentions were not pure. And when you come to someone, especially with that type of information, if your intentions are not pure, most of the time they're going to attack the messenger. Because there are women like that. You know what I'm saying? Where the other lady would tell her what's up, and she's like, oh, well, now she got a problem with the woman. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about delivery as well. If you go to a woman, most of the times, if you come to a woman respectfully, because she's already going to be hurt. You know what I'm saying? If you come to her respectfully and you let her know what's going on, most of the times it's not an issue. It's when your intentions aren't pure. Like, if you go to another woman about her man in hopes that you're going to mess up their relationship or you're going to break them up, it's not going to work. Like I said before, it's not going to work. Because as being on both sides of the fence, like, A woman, and this is not even just for a woman, this is for anyone in general. If you're in a relationship and you're being approached by another person, they're not going to leave until they've learned all their lessons. They're not going to leave until they're damn well ready, you know, because going back to being that woman that was approached, that should have been my cue to pack up and go. Having a baby or not, that should have been the cue to leave. But I stayed because I was in love, because I had hope. You know what I'm saying? And had a second child, and then shortly after the second child, the relationship ended because it was never meant to, you know, it was never meant for longevity in the first place. You know, God will give warning signs. God will give you signs like, hey, this isn't your person. This isn't the person you're meant to be with. And not that it's necessarily something wrong with that person, but you and that person just may not be a match. And while I do believe, you know, some people evolve from cheating and some people evolve from, you know, being deceitful and stuff like that. But I feel like, and some people can actually still grow from that. Like, there are couples and marriages that, like, one partner has cheated and they've worked through it. It's possible. You know what I'm saying? That's just a deal breaker for me. Because while I am working on letting things go and not holding on to something, but a betrayal so big like that, it's like, it's hard to like get back to trusting, get back to, I mean, if you keep God in the center of your relationship, anything is possible. And if you keep God in the center of your relationship, if 9 times out of 10, infidelity won't even happen, because most of the time cheating comes from a place of either lack or lust. And both of those emotions are the devil playing tricks on you. Real talk. But we ain't even gonna talk about spiritual stuff. I'm just saying. Like, but yeah, if you are approaching a woman, she's already hurt. The guy that she thought was her road dog is dogging her out. And you coming to her and you trying to be funny, or you like, you know, just being petty, which I have done. I ain't even gonna hold you. When I approached the other woman, at times I was petty, and my intentions weren't pure all the time because I was hurt. And that's when, of course, the woman who's receiving the message, she's not gonna care about how you feel. You understand? Because her loyalty is to him. So most of the time, their perspective is not broad enough to understand that you probably have feelings for that person too. And, you know, they can attack the messenger, like I said. But if you come to them with pure intentions and let them, you know, if you're just delivering the message, like, hey, you know, I'm not telling you to leave, I'm not telling you to stay, but this is what's happening, she'll come to the conclusion of what to do on her own. And like I said, sometimes, you know, you have to go full throttle with it. Like, you have to, I won't say you have to stay, but sometimes I feel like you have to see how things play out. I feel like sticking around, there's not a relationship I regret staying in, because when it's really done, you know you've done all you can do. You know what I'm saying? You gave your all. You gave 1,010%. So it's no, like, after a while, it's like, you know. So, yeah. If you are the woman being approached and by another woman about your significant other, let me just tell you this. People do change, you know, and things like that. However, if you've already been seeing little red flags, if you already had your suspicions and things like that, and you feel it, even if you're not ready, you know, you may stick around, because most women, they leave mentally before they leave physically. So take your time, but you know what's best for you. and don't keep putting yourself through the same pain, and don't keep, leaving yourself vulnerable to the same lessons. Because yes, you may see a change for a good while, you may see, if they promise to never do it again, or they promise to be transparent and show you everything they're doing, it could build back up the trust, but in the back of your mind, you always gonna have that little doubt. And on top of that, when the more you stay, like, yeah, he'll probably feel, oh, she's riding for me. I done did this, and this, and she still stuck by me. He probably gonna love you more, but you gonna start loving that nigga less. Oh, excuse me. You gonna start loving that man less and less. And let me tell you something. They get smarter with what they're doing. That's what anybody that's being sneaky or being manipulative, they get smarter. The more they get caught, they get smarter with what they're doing. So just be mindful, and do what's best for you at the end of the day. Like, do what's best for you, what feels right. Because if you are holding on to something that's not meant for you, you are holding up what is meant for you. You are blocking the blessing that is truly meant for you. And sometimes you do have to stay because you have lessons to learn in that relationship that will help you for the next one. You know what I'm saying? So don't beat yourself up. Do not feel stupid. Don't feel foolish. Yeah, seriously, don't feel foolish, because as women, we give so many chances. Not even just women, but when you like have a genuine heart, and you love hard, and you have like strong loyalty, you're gonna stay places and with people longer than you should, because you see the good in them. You see their potential of who they could be. But remember, potential can go either way. It can go really good or it can go really bad. So sometimes potential is not enough. Most times potential is not enough. Love is not enough if it's not accompanied by respect. Because a person that respects you, a person that values you, they're not going to put you in a position, they're not going to put themselves in a position to lose you. Okay? And if you are the woman who is approaching, think twice before you do it. I always think you should inform the other woman that, something's going on with her dude. I feel like that's the right thing to do. But if you're hurt, if you're doing this because you're hurt and you're upset with him, or you're trying to get back at her, don't do it. Wait until you've calmed down, or until, you know what I'm saying? Don't go to the other person with intentions to hurt them or with intentions to break them up. Because like I said, a woman is not going to leave, or that person is not going to leave that other party until they are ready, until they've learned all their lessons. So you trying to force their hand is not going to work. They probably, even if they break up for that moment, they may reconcile, and then you still sitting there looking stupid. So, if you are that approaching party, if you're not coming with pure intentions, and you're not going to be respectful about it, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Just don't do it. Just wait. Because 9 times out of 10, that woman already, her intuition is going off. Whether she ignores it or not, she already knows something is up. And she's already probably stressing about it. She's already probably hurt about it. So you coming to her and you being like nasty about it is not going to help. So don't do it to her. Don't do it to yourself, because that's going to fuel an unnecessary beef over someone who is out to get theirs. You know what I'm saying? Like clearly, if he wanted to leave that woman for real, no matter what, especially like married people do this too. Like when they're cheating, they'll talk mad stuff about the wife, or the person that's cheating will talk mad stuff about the other person, but they're not leaving. Like if they don't leave, they're not serious. Like they're trying to get the best of both worlds. So no matter what you heard, unless you know that person personally, which I would hope you don't, because that's even worse. But unless you know that person personally, don't come to them with animosity because what you heard when you was pillow talking with her dude. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. I didn't intend for this video to go on so long, but my thing is, no matter what side of the fence you're on, be mindful that the other person can be hurt. And I know the woman who's being approached, she probably don't care if the other person is hurt, because it's like she probably looks at both of y'all as betraying her. But again, we have to be mindful of each other's feelings. So yeah, and that's pretty much it, because I don't want to repeat myself. So if you're feeling the vibe, subscribe. I love you guys to life, and God's willing, we should be able to start doing giveaways again. It is on hold for right now, but what I do plan on doing is, in order to get the watch hours up, doing like $50, maybe bi-weekly or per month, which I know is down from $150, but I think we're gonna start another giveaway soon, just until we get the watch hours up, and then we'll go back up. Because although, you know, I appreciate you guys supporting me so I can support you guys, but your girl is not bowling yet. You know, the more I get, the more we get. You feel me? So yeah, I hope you guys stay safe and be blessed, and I love you guys. Later.